say like I just went to this Cardi concert, right?
Yeah.
And it was mad like idol vibes, like idol, everyone idolizing this person. It's funny, and I've been so ducked off and isolated within myself to where I'm just looking at everybody like regular people, bro. We all got regular, we all got shit going on. We all got emotions happening here and there, all, just everything. So like I don't idolize anybody. That's the only thing about the whole social media thing. Is like people idolize other people other than themselves and stuff like that so much.
Think about that. Other people, like we're literally idolizing the other people when we're right here. Like we're right here. You just as you can idolize that person just as much as you idolize yourself. Like right, like we shouldn't be doing
self. And the key thing you said, and that was self, because everything that you got to do in this world is gonna be only you. Like it's only yourself. So like I feel like definitely distractions, like with distractions and stuff like that, it causes us to take that attention away from ourselves. Right. So like if you know that these are other realities that we're living in, like the phone and stuff like that, but like if you have that awareness to where at least spend some time with yourself, within yourself, like know that you the only person that's controlling your life, that's controlling your emotions, and that's that I feel like that's that mathematical God instinct thinking. Like you have to think like that. Like you have to think like it's only you, like on some V-Lone stuff. Like
it's a little narcissist. Like shout out to Cardi. It's some like self. You know, we all need a little bit of it, but it's like finding that balance with everything. And I feel like that's been my biggest thing is like finding that balance. Cause getting too too into yourself, too into that ego bag. We talked about it a lot, but you know how that goes when you get in your ego bag. Yeah. But finding that balance is like really I feel like that is the toughest thing to do for me. I feel like sometimes I get overwhelmed.
Balance, like what you mean, like balance with.
It's just life, like just anything in life, like that balancing, like family life, balancing your relationships, balancing, working out, eating right, like all that. It's a lot, especially when you on your own, like, and when you get into the real world, like you gotta manage all that because nobody's gonna do it for you. So like letting all these things, like that's what happens. Like nobody's gonna be here to tell you that you need to do this or you need to do. Like we're not in school no more. Like nah. Right. You got to tell yourself, you got to be your biggest coach, honestly.
Right. And it's funny, too, because, like, I hear a lot about, like, anxiety and the depression and stuff like that these days. And, like, I realize, like, from so much isolation and stuff like that, it's like we honestly give ourselves so much things to do. And then other people doing the same thing. They're like doing so much at one time, and that's why we're always just like antsy and trying to get here, get there, and like I figure out like thoughts that drift and shit, like drifting thoughts, like like not being focused on what's actually happening in front of you, like that. Daydreaming, like people or us individuals as humans, like we're drifting so much in thought. And drifting so much in thought that leads to emotions and stuff like that. So like I feel like being focused is the ultimate manifestation superpower, bro. Exactly. Like focusing, locked in, bro. Locked in on the moment, and know that whatever you're doing right now in your life, if you feel aligned, that's that God thinking. If you feel aligned with the different habits that you're doing, maybe if eating healthier is going to be the thing that like get you more motivated for something else that's going it's all about the little things. So I feel like if you can perform well, even if it's your job sometime like that, if you can perform with perfectionism and stuff like that, it's going to bleed over into everything else, because that's all the mind is. Like the mind is just different habits and different things that's going on in your mind and stuff like that. Emotions get it to the point where it's artificial. Like it's getting artificial at a point.
Especially where it's coming from, because like we be getting emotional about things that's like, it's like, come on now, like why is this making me feel this way? Like it's really like if you really dive down to the root of the actual problem, it's like, come on now, like you know what I mean? Like it ain't like we shouldn't be getting emotional over stuff like this, because at the end of the day, like, you know, we can't take this stuff with us, or we can't, you know, we're gonna die anyway. Like, it's no point in even.
And imagine like a year from now, you gonna forget all about the little emotion that you had. Like it's so temporary, and temporary could be days, it can be months, bro. But it's going pass, you know. And especially if you have the ability to like really manage it and try to get it transmuted, and you know dig deeper in yourself, like, bro, it's gonna be so beneficial for just like future things and stuff like that. So like I feel like being in control of your emotions is like the number one thing, but like honestly being a master of self, like being a master of self is like, I feel like the ultimate goal to being the person that you want to be and manifesting the things that you want to manifest in your life. And using that frontal lobe in your mind, using that pineal gland in your mind. I feel like the pineal gland causes the human to be so focused on self. It's unbearable. And that shows us how much we drift into different things and drift into different things that don't matter and get distracted by, just because we live in a society like that. So like finding some time in between, that finding that balance in between can be like super beneficial. And I'm not coming over here like I got all the answers or anything. Like I just been experiencing life, you know.